Michael Bay is back in theaters with his first movie that is not technically about robots in like years, Pain and Gain. Here's the thing, I think Michael Bay should be making more movies like this. My name is Devin and this is Badass Digest. I'm at the Public House in Los Feliz, Los Angeles. You should know, we've been filming here for a while. I'm already smashed. And so this is the perfect opportunity to discuss Michael Bay, who makes movies that are probably best experienced when you're a little bit lit. So joining me today are my good friends, Jeremy Smith of Ain't It Cool News, and Amy Nicholson of the LA Weekly and the LA Times. And we're here to discuss Michael Bay, Pain and Gain, and The Rock. Here's the thing, Jeremy, I think you're gonna agree with me. Michael Bay gets a lot of hate. A lot of it's wrong. He's a pretty good filmmaker.
Here's the thing about Michael Bay. He's an incredibly skilled filmmaker. He's got a great eye. He always has. I mean, don't forget that this guy was like one of the great commercial directors of the 90s. He directed the celebrated, I hate saying it's a celebrated commercial, but it was like an award winner. The milk commercial, the Aaron Burr, Aaron Burr.
Right, yeah,
he directed that.
Aaron Burr.
Excuse me?
Aaron Burr. His first film, Bad Boys, was a low-budget film for Bruckheimer and Simpson when they were just starting to get back together, and it works because he knows how to shoot an action film with very limited resources. When he began to get greater resources, that's when he kind of like got an ego and he ran amok.
What, when I'm supposed to apologize for my family leaving me money? I get up early and I take it to the max every day. I love you, man. F you, Marcus.
But even still, a movie like Bad Boys 2, which is a bloated, overdone, really an exercise in the ultimate death of capitalism, is a terrific movie.
You know, when they go to Cuba and like there's a Hummer crashing through a hillside shanty town. It's a Hummer, it's a lot of poor people, and it's this kind of like your country swagger that I love. I mean, I love it because it's just so wrong.
Right.
But for Bay, it's just toys. It's just, he doesn't think politically. I really don't think he does. He's just kind of like, hey, you know, here's something I can blow
He likes
up.
knocking things over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this. So in Pain and Gain, which I think is Bay returning to his Bay roots.
Bay roots.
That sounds like a pun, but it's not. He gets an unbelievable performance out of The Rock.
That's it. It's good. It hurts. I know it does. That's it. Get it.
Do you think The Rock is one of our great movie stars?
I think The Rock is one of our great movie stars. I think this is actually one of his lesser performances. I think it's more of a caricature than The Rock is used to. Yeah.
Really?
Did you not see Snitch?
There is no way I'm gonna let either side dictate our fates. No way.
The Rock is actually a great actor. I feel like here he's kind of put in this like this very comic niche performance as like a guy who's like very religious, and everything he says is like religious and good and muscular, religious and good and muscular. And that's like all he keeps doing over and over again. Painting doesn't ask for much from The Rock. All it asks is for The Rock to be a movie star, and god damn it, that's what he is.
Jeremy, I feel like Pain and Gain is Michael Bay saying, I really like the Coen brothers. I want to make a movie like the Coen brothers. I have no idea how to make a Coen brothers movie. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. Well, he has been on the record about how Fargo is one of his favorite films.
And his movies are peppered with Coen actors.
Yes. Oh, he loves bringing those actors in. The problem with Bay is that he's got a terribly juvenile sense of humor. Like what he finds funny is it's kind of cornball.
Right.
It just doesn't really work.
It's like sub-fart jokes.
Do not this up. Pull yourself together.
In this film, it's a dark comedy. It needs to be a little more tightly scripted than, you know, and it is tightly scripted. He went into that film with Marcus and McFeely, the guys who wrote Captain America,
right,
and Thor. I know that doesn't sound like great bona fides. They also wrote the Peter Sellers biopic for HBO. They're really smart, very gifted writers. Bay then has to cast improv comedy actors, people like Rebel Wilson and Rob Corddry and Ken Jeong.
This is fascinating, right? So Ken Jeong, I feel like, is the guy who is now you bring into a movie to ruin it, who used to be a guy I used to love. However, in Pain and Gain, he's in just enough of the movie.
Wait,
like he's just got enough scenes to be good.
But again, it's set in Miami. Miami is not a subtle town. As a dark comedy, as a satire, it is about people just chasing nakedly wealth. all they want is wealth. They want just to be better than the people below them. But in Miami, being better than the people below you means having a bigger pool.
Right.
Well, I think that's what makes the film beautiful. Is like it's at the same time it's a film about people striving for something, but also cluing the audience in that they're striving for something that's not important. You know. And I think that's what is the great genius about Bay's casting, because you were saying that the writers weren't happy that he cast people who are more in the comedic vein. But I think by casting people like Mark Wahlberg, like The Rock, he clues us in that these are people whose brains are not aligned along what we would say is like SAT genius rubric.
Where is ENIAC? He was right here.
This is a fascinating film
Yes. Yes.
that I would love to see like 3 or 4 more times, about people who do really stupid things and are stupid themselves, but yet you're on board.
Yeah.
Ish.
There he is.
You got the wrong BMW?
It's 2 exact BMWs.
I told you to check the license
It
plate.
was an honest mistake.
So we thought it was the same car. It looks exactly the same.
So here's the thing. So Michael Bay is well known as a guy who will abuse the American flag in his movies. He'll put the American flag into a lot of shots where it doesn't belong. In Pain and Gain, he uses the American flag for straight up satirical purposes. Has Michael Bay gained self-awareness?
What if he's always been self-aware and we just never knew? What if all of Transformers is a big in-joke?
He's always been with us on Transformers.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What do you think, Jeremy?
Michael Bay is not an idiot. He's a very, you know, he knows what it is he's doing, but he also does have that, when he's making a movie, he's got that kid in the candy store thing where it's just like, you know, I've got all these things at my disposal, I'm gonna go nuts. You know, it's hard to reconcile the craft that is evident in his movies. If you choose not to see it, well, then that's your problem.
I agree. I think Michael Bay is actually a terrific filmmaker. I think that he requires a better editor who can bring him down to earth. I think most of his movies are 20 minutes too long, but what's not too long in Pain and Gain is The Rock. Is The Rock the 21st century great action star?
The problem with The Rock is he's too muscular. The Rock will never have the versatility of like a Bruce Willis. You know, a Bruce Willis can put on a suit and be like, I'm a normal guy. Oh, and now I have to kick ass. The Rock cannot do that.
But Schwarzenegger did anyway.
The Rock's
That's
limited,
too loud?
but I believe.
They're rocking us out of here, right?
Yeah.
All right, it got a little loud in there, so we've come out to the street where the cars are way quieter than the jukebox. But here's the thing. Do you agree with me? I think that Michael Bay should be making tons of movies like Pain and Gain. This is his thing. I think The Rock is the 21st century action hero we've been waiting for. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss a single. Subscribe so you don't miss a single thing going forward. Share on Facebook and Twitter, and come back here again. My name is Devin Faraci, and this is Badass Digest.
Get your film fix. Subscribe to Cinefix.